Good evening and welcome to Kansas Speedway, the place of tonight's recruitment race for Speed Racing Network Season 7. This is the fifth one of the off season. Looks like we're 20 or so, 25-ish trucks strong here tonight. So we have a good field for tonight's event. And we're looking forward to a good one. So thank you for joining us here at Speed Racing Network. We will be sharing more information about Season 7 as we go along tonight. And then if you have any questions, you can for sure put it in the comments and try to get an answer to you. But we're already getting down to it. Qualifying's happened. The pace cars pulling to the safety of pit road. The field is in the hands of Dan Park. Two by two, they head to turn one. Dan Park claims the lead. Matthew Greathouse is going to follow him up there in second. It's a cluster behind them and a two-wide battle for the next couple rows. Kansas, a track where a lot of grooves can be used at once. You'll see guys all the way up against the wall and some on the white line. Oh, Dan Park getting loose. Might save it. Oh, not quite. No caution yet. Caution's out now. Go back and take a look at that. I thought he was going to be able to save it, and it looked like that was going to be the case, but it didn't work out that way. Like he's already towed to the pits. Let's go back and take a look here. See what happened. If it'll let us. You kind of see it there in the back. Oh, hard hit to the outside wall. That might be why he ended up towing. You see him here get loose off the corner, corrects it. Not sure that is. This 27 gets into him, and then outside wall, and then the 22. Nowhere to go. Kind of spawned out there and then spawns back, so I guess he didn't tow, but disappeared from the racing world there. Not sure if that had any relation to the incident. With the 27 here. Just tried to guess where Dan was going to go. Unfortunately, just the incorrect guess. Heavy front end damage to that machine. They do have fast repairs in the pits if they choose to use them. Those night's not necessarily over. A couple guys here in the back just stopped. Not get into that mess. Don't see much other damage throughout the field. But Dan Park definitely got the worst of that. We'll go take one more look at it here. And it's that contact with the 27 that sends it back up into the racetrack. That's where that 22 gets involved. I believe the 28 made it by with no damage. Yeah, he's not registering an incident point, so he was able to stay out of that. Looked like it could be a close call for him. There's that 22 machine. See his involvement right here. And he was just the wrong place, wrong time when Park came back up the track. Really good wreck avoid is there by the 28, Tyler Dalton. Incredible job avoiding that 22 truck as he made contact with the 7. So those three trucks, the only ones involved there. I'm seeing an incident recorded for the 3 of Jeffrey Radke. Maybe right there where he gets tapped in the rear. Nothing to be concerned about for him, I believe. Alright, so back up front. Matthew Greathouse assumes control of this race after Dan Park spun from the lead, or half spun and then got contact. You still have 29 trucks here tonight. It looks like we have 24 on the racetrack currently, a couple in the pits. And a few of them just coming off the pits now, so that'll bring us to 27 total. Still active in this event. The 27 truck looks like he did succumb to the damage tonight and will no longer continue. That was the 27 of Jerry Turner. So lights on the pace car are still on, so that means they're going to go around at least a couple more times. So we're going to take this chance to get in a break and hear a message from one of our newest partners here at Speed Racing Network. Back live with you here from Kansas Speedway, the site of tonight's 5th recruitment race for Speed Racing Network Season 7. One of our newest partners there with the Message Premier Racing setups. You see them in the top right corner of our screen. They'll be there all season long. I'd like to thank them for their support of Speed Racing Network and all they provide. You are in the market for some sim setups. They're your premier destination. Great partners to work with and get all your setups taken care of. They are the longest running setup shop on iRacing, all the way back to 2016. Over 50,000 customers they've served on the service worldwide. And they do more than just setups. They give you the tools you need to compete with the best iRacers on the service. Discount code will be coming soon for that. You'll get all that information on speedracingnetwork.com and our social media platforms. Be sure to use that. You'll get your next round of setups. Alright, well, we've doubled up. We've gotten the one to go. We're half a lap away from resuming this event after this early caution. Matthew Greathouse assumes the lead at Advantage Marketing number 8 to his outside Corey Stahl, a longtime member of Speed Racing Network. John Corcoran, Jeffrey Vickery in the row right behind them. Pace car peels away. Matthew Greathouse is going to hold the field into the restart zone, and we'll get started, completing 6 laps of 60. Sorted out for the first couple rows, but a lot more action happening right here behind him. Corey Stahl, Daniel Bodler, Sean Corcoran, Chad Waller, all in this one group. Right here, tight racing as everybody fights for the bottom. Oh, big wreck up top. This is going to be a lot of the field, it looks like. Vickery was around first. And everybody else, I just don't think had anywhere to go. Take another look at what happened here. Vickery gets a tap from the 46, and that's just going to pile everybody in there in the top lane. And then eventually the track self-cleans, and everybody that's below them also gets involved there. Heavy damage for Jarrett Watkins, the 11. He was one of those that was just stuck up there at the top. Oh, he actually got tagged there by the 89, and that's pretty tough damage. See the 28, we saw him avoid a wreck earlier. He's involved heavy. Some guys just slide through here. The grass doesn't look too bad. The 12 you see there. We saw the 88 flash across the screen. Didn't look like they had too much damage. We're just talking about Corey Stahl. Looks like he was involved as well, and he was kind of right there. And that's just, there's a wreck early before everybody can get strung out. It's gonna be a lot of trucks. 28 does a really good job of sneaking through there. You saw him in that black truck there in the bottom. Or not the 28, sorry. Find out who that was. It was a black truck there on the very, very bottom that snuck through there pretty nicely. So obviously with all that, we have quite a few trucks on the pit lane. They do have that fast repair, which means the vehicle will get instantly fixed as soon as they come to their pit box. You'll probably see it right here with the 77 of Jeffrey Vickery. He's going to hit that pit box, and you're going to see the truck just snap back into health. Just like that. That's what a fast repair does. We do not use them during our regular season, but it's something we give drivers in the recruitment races. A little extra gimme. Mulligan in golf, as you would relate it to. So everybody that had a fast repair, they're obviously going to come get it. Looks like one truck back there might not have theirs. That's why they're still sitting there in the box. That's the 15 truck, or the 22. We saw him involved in that wreck earlier, so he definitely used his fast repair there and does not have it any longer for this. But everybody else came and took theirs, it looks like. There's the 29 truck. He was the one I was talking about that made it through that incident. So I just want to show you what he's looking through here. Oh, he ended up getting some damage. It looked like he made it through, but on second glance, that's not what happened. But he was able to use his fast repair because that truck now is back in full health. He'll be good to go. This will also shake up the field. A lot of those guys that were involved in this incident were running up front there when that yellow came out. And so those guys will have to find their way back through the field. So to kind of put some new players up near the front, with the exception of Matthew Greathouse, Daniel Bodler, and Chad Waller. They were kind of already up here. Sean Corcoran was up there as well. Behind them we got some new faces. Derek Sellers, Jeffrey Radke, Jacob Zala. Our pole sitter Dan Parks back up to 8th place. Kyle Manos. Sean Woodside is going to be your top 10 here. Behind them, Tyler Dalton. Saw avoid a wreck earlier. Caught up in that last one, got that fast repair. So everybody here on back did pit there. Corey Stahl, we saw him involved in that. Jeff Hale, Dalton McKinney, Sean Long, Larry Eddy, Todd Merkel. Last you see in this group right here. Austin DeLong, Dylan Godinez, Shane Ledoux, Bobby Anderson, Jason Green, Jarrett Watkins, Ty Young. That's going to complete the top 26. And that's going to be everybody that still remains on the racing surface at this point in time. Everybody else has succumbed to damage tonight and will no longer continue. So we have 26 trucks left in this event. Coming back to the green here, though, Matthew Greathouse still has the field in his grasp. We'll come back to complete lap number 11 of 60. Didn't mention it a second ago, but they have 2 tire sets in the pits, so that might be something to keep an eye on later in this race with these early yellows. Pace car peels away. Matthew Greathouse will lead us back to green here on lap 12. Pretty clean start there for the 8. Jumps out to a nice lead, much like he has every restart to this point. Little jumble behind him. Sean Corcoran, you see going backwards there in the middle. Looks like he's got his hands full with that machine. But everybody is able to get by him. Looks like he's got some damage. That's definitely hurting the performance of that vehicle. He looks like he's struggling pretty bad with it right now. He's just going to pull down low, and the 22 is going around. Going to the yellow once again. Looks like Jeff Hale involved again in this one. Jarrett Watkins got another piece. Thought I saw some smoke coming from that machine. Looks like that might have resolved. A little bit of left front damage, but doesn't look terrible. 15 trucks still making laps. There's the 22. He's the one we saw go around there first. See if we can pull up the log here and see what happens. Oh, get some contact from behind the 19. It looks like 29 gets involved. There's the 11. Wow, the 11 just missed a truck there on the inside. Go back and see if we could take another look at that. I think the 94 truck may have been the one that was narrowly missed. Yeah, I believe it was the 19 truck we saw make that contact. Yeah, you see it right there in the back of the 22. That's going to just turn everybody around. 11 swings to the inside. Might have been that 12 truck on the bottom there that was missed. No, he was in front of it a little bit. But anyway, you look at it. That was another instance, the 7 truck down there. If you look at that 7 truck on the very bottom, watch as the 11 comes back across. Oh, just misses him. Just misses another contact with that 29 truck. Like some hard contact, but the trucks seem to still be rolling in the right direction. So he will probably be able to continue. 22, Nick Hicks remains on pit road. He's the one that we saw go around that kind of started that. He got help from the 19. He still sits on pit road. He's going to go at least a lap down here. Not sure if he already used that fast repair. See the rest of the field coming down pit road as well. A couple interesting developments of guys that are on pit road. Our pole sitter, Daniel Park, who definitely came down early to fix that damage or the likes of it. Quick stop and go. Might just be topping off with fuel. You know, we might be really getting close to that window with 45, coming back to 45 to go, where they can make it on fuel if you stop here. Might be what that 7 was thinking. Everybody behind him as well. The 19 came down there. The 12, Shane Ledoux was down there. Bobby Anderson. He's the one that was just missed there on the bottom that we were looking for earlier. He's in the 7 truck. We have 2 7 trucks out here tonight. Vickery was down. Sean Corcoran was down. Still has that damage. We'll see if just tires resolve the issue he was having there. Dalton McKenney, we saw in that incident a little earlier. He's taking a little bit of extended stay on pit road, it looks like. And then you see the 22 right behind him. He must have already used up his RAS repair. Looks like he still has some damage. He's going to be at least 1 lap down. Matthew Greathouse has had the easiest night of anybody, though, to this point. Just staying out front and avoiding the carnage. So we'll be coming back to it here. And when we take the green flag to restart this event, will be 44 laps to go. And I think that is right on the edge of that window, if I'm not mistaken. We are running 100% fuel load here this evening. And if that's the case, then that could be why you see basically from 18th on back come down there and at least top off with fuel, if not take tires as well. That's the view Greathouse has had all evening so far. After Dan Park kind of had that half spin, he's just been looking at the back bumper of that pace car majority of the evening, but we'll see if we can get that turned around right here as we retake the green flag with 44 laps remaining. Another great jump by that 8 truck. We'll leave the battle here. The second on back. Daniel Bodler now cleared a second. Jeffrey Radke's trying to follow him through. Chad Waller going backwards early. Jacob Zala now making his first appearance somewhere near the front in that 3 truck there on the bottom. I haven't talked about him this evening. He's somebody we are talking about in these events. Has some good pace. Maybe just didn't get that qualifying effort he was hoping for. It looks like everybody prefers to get down to the bottom, but you see the run the top can get. You have to weigh what that does to your tires over the course of the run. It looks like we're going to go almost 3 wide for second. So we're at a clear of 2. It's just 2 wide. They fan out on that D-shaped front stretch into the variable banking corners where you have every line to your disposal. Good battle there behind. You see Jason Green back there. But he's won quite a few races here in Speed Racing Network. Been in contention in every race he's pretty much been in. His recruitment race debut for the season. And back there in the 10th place, buying some time. Back up near the front. Greathouse is not getting away. Jeffrey Radke staying close. Chad Waller also right there. A couple trucks scrubbed the fence coming out of 2. Looks like we're going to be okay. Jarrett Watkins got the fence pretty good. That's going to slow him up, and it might put a finishing touch on his night tonight. But we avoided major incident. Definitely broke up the back half of the field a little bit, but it's getting tighter here up front. You see Greathouse just trying to get down to that white line. Using that clean air, keeping the pace, and we have a caution. We have a yellow flag on the racetrack. See if we can find exactly what it was. The 11 truck did make it to the pits. 22 truck seems to be slow here, and that truck looks like it might have gotten involved in something. Sean Corcoran showing some incidents here as well. Oh, this was much after the fact. Much after the fact. Looks like Bodler was actually caught up in what originally happened here. With the 9 trucks in the wall, pulls off the wall. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Corey Stahl goes for a ride. See if we can kind of see what happens here. See the 9 gets off the wall, pulls down the wall. Obviously the 2 wants to make a move to not get into him. If I have to guess, those trucks probably net coded together, which is predicted contact based on what the iRacing platform believes happens. And the 33 just gets launched. 28 gets a piece. The 4 gets a piece. The 4 looks like he might be okay. That 28 definitely got a good piece. Corey Stahl is going to need help. That truck. Here on the bottom, you see the 74 coming into frame. Eventually, with the 46, there's going to be further contact down the road. I think if everybody's getting bottled up. Yeah, you see it right there. Just nowhere for these guys to go. You'll see it here on the bottom where that other contact's going to take place here. After the wreck, everybody trying to go low. Ooh. Just nowhere for Sean to go when that 33 starts rolling backwards. It might have been Dylan right behind him that got a piece of that too. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Whoa. Yeah. We got some highlight reel accidents happening here. Not what we want in a race, but this should be a fun ride. This is on board with Corey Stahl. Not over yet. My goodness. What a ride for Corey Stahl. Likely going to end his evening, unfortunately. Austin DeLong has assumed the lead. Obviously, this is going to just shake everything up. Most guys are going to come down and get tires there, I do imagine, if they had not already. Luckily for the 2 truck, I believe he still had his fast repair. Maybe. I believe the 9 may have as well. We'll find out here in a second if that's the case. Doesn't mean those guys won't lose a lap, because if your engine is dead, you do have to tow anyway, even if you do have a fast repair, and it's going to take some time. Looks like the 2 is 1 lap down. The 4 truck has retired from the event. The 33 has retired at the event, and we can understand why there. The 11 is a lap down. We saw him come down pit road under green. The 15 still remains on pit road. The 9 still remains on pit road, so I don't think those guys have any fast repairs left. They're just trying to see what they can fix for damage. Both going to be laps down at this point. And the 22 truck remains out there as well. We saw involved in multiple incidences earlier. Alright, so we're going green next time by, so let's go ahead and reset it for you while we have the chance, because this is shaking everything up. Austin DeLong has assumed the lead. at this point. Our pole sitter, Dan Park, up to second. He's been all the way through the field today already. Shane Ledoux in third. Alton McKinney up here in fourth. Jeffrey Vickery is back in fifth. Matthew Greathouse back in sixth. Those guys definitely came down, got some tires there. Jeffrey Radke in seventh. Chad Waller in eighth, which is kind of off the screen. Jason Green is ninth, and Jacob Zala over there on the left-hand side is 10th. I won't take a figure out what's going on here in a second. But anyway, Austin DeLong has the lead. And it's the first time that he's done that this evening. We'll see if he can stay there. First two have only made one pit stop, and we saw the pit stop at the 7. So we'll see how that works out for them. Back into the green flag here, we'll have 35 laps left in this event. Great jump for the 89. He is loving all of that. Battle's going to be behind him. Aggressive move by Jeffrey Radke there. He's on the apron. Oh, he's going to save it. Wow, the 12 with a nice save. 66 with a fantastic save. Radke's still bouncing off trucks back there. Like he's going to finally get settled in. Way back in the 14th, 15th positions. But we almost didn't get to that point. Rewind back here. Oh, and the 12 is going to get turned. The 12 gets turned, the 77 gets a piece. Teammates, I believe, this upcoming season. Just got into it there. Wow. Vickery showing considerable damage on that vehicle now. Ooh, it looks like some netcode contact with the 19 and the 12. Kind of what we saw hook the 2 and the 33 together just a little bit ago. You can see those trucks don't actually touch, but iRacing believes they are touching. That's the one issue. Racing over the internet, not everybody's internet speed is the same, and that variance creates what we call netcode. And that netcode predicts two trucks are touching when they're not actually touching, and that can create big incidents. Most of the time we see that on a front stretch, just like that, where there's a slight curve in it. One truck might be slightly turned. Doesn't mean they're not going to eventually make contact, but it makes a prediction of contact and sometimes can create some major problems. But even though he kind of spun and pancaked the left side of that truck into the wall, not too bad of damage. 77 got in the right side of it pretty good, so he's probably going to be worse off from it. Well, we have a minute before we'll go back green, so let's let you hear a little bit more from another one of our sponsors here at Speed Racing Network. We'd like to welcome Thermo Pro back as a series sponsor here for Speed Racing Network Season 7. They are returning to the Xfinity series that we have here once again. So the Speed Racing Network Thermo Pro series is what it's going to be called. That's our Wednesday night series that uses the NASCAR Xfinity cars. That recruitment race, if you're interested in that, is tomorrow night here at Kansas. Same distance, same place, same time. Will not be broadcasted tomorrow night, unfortunately, but we'll try to get a replay for that race up as soon as we can. We also have this opportunity. We're going to pop up the schedule for this upcoming season. So the Truck Series schedule on Tuesday nights, that's the left-hand side of your screen. The Xfinity schedule that I just referenced on Wednesday nights, that's on the right side of your screen. see the regular season there in the playoffs. 24 total races, 25 if you include the Daytona dual races that kind of kick off the season. 2 special weeks, 12th and 13th, that's our Salute to Service week. All our racers will pull out their patriotic paint schemes at Pocono. And then a couple weeks later at Darlington, that's our Throwback week. Exactly what it sounds like there. And then 5 weeks after that, we're starting our playoffs. And it's going to be a pretty good group of tracks there. So I'm looking forward to that event, especially. We'll dive more into the rules on what that's going to look like here in a little bit. But all of our 7 o'clock Central Time. Qualifying happens 50 minutes after the session opens. 2 laps of quali. Races start at 8 o'clock Central Time on a weekly basis starting in September. So then again, if you'd like more information on Speed Racing Network, speedracingnetwork.com is the best place to go. Right there on the home page, you can use the link to join our general Discord server, which will keep you up to date on all the recruitment races, everything else that goes on with Speed Racing Network, even the special events that we host from time to time. The link for our website and our Discord server are also in the YouTube comments if you'd like to just click those to get there directly. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with admins and they'll get you where you need to go and answer any questions you have. You can also use the support ticket tool in our Discord server. But it's $10 a week for racing here at Speed Racing Network. The champion does get $500 at the end of the season. And we have thousands of additional prize money, including the top 5 every race and the top 15 finishers in the championship standing earn their keep here at Speed Racing Network during Season 7. So we look forward to getting that series sponsor branding up on those schedules pretty soon. We'll work on that. You can also find that same graphic on our homepage at speedracingnetwork.com. Well, no change up front. Austin DeLong, Dalton McKinney still there. Matthew Greathouse has peaked back up there. Dan Park still in the equation. Chad Waller still up there in 5th as well after kind of a sketchy couple laps there. We'll reset this. This will be 29 laps to go, and hopefully these boys got this rough driving out of their system, and we can get some green flag racing in here. Another good jump for the 89. He's going to get out in a hurry. Paul McKinney, Daniel Park now battling for that second position. Matthew Greathouse in 10th. Pushing that 46 into turn 1. Everything nice and orderly to this point. "20 trucks remain on the lead lap. 22 trucks still remain on the racing surface at this point, out of the 30 that started the event. We've had quite a few incidences, but still a lot of trucks out there and a lot of people have their chance. Dalton McKinney now making a move for the lead. Oh, he's going to get Austin DeLong in the fence. That's going to turn him into the outside wall. The 66 saved it, I believe. How nobody else got involved in that is incredible, considering the leader was sideways in front of the field there. Wow. Well, apparently they did not get it out of their system. See it here. You know what? As much as I want to say that's netcode, the racer in me tells me it's a little bit of a late block from the 89, but also a kind of aggressive move by the 46. So, it's a tough one. It's what you consider a racing move, but definitely could have been avoidable, and that's the view you saw of it right there. The 89's credit does a good job. Gets on the brakes, keeps it up against the wall, does not slide down the track and get anybody else involved, and just keeps this a one-truck incident. I don't think he's made a second pit stop. But he might still have that fast repair. We'll check on that in a moment. Yeah, here's your view again. Just avoidable, but happens. And the 66 truck down there, Chad Waller makes one heck of a save right here. Check this out. He gets slapped by Zola, gets the apron twice. Oh, I didn't see it there, but the 19 looks like he got a little piece as well, but wow. That's some good driving here. Yeah, get stored. Apron, apron. Never stop driving it. It's a really good job there by Chad Waller. We'll check on one more aspect of this incident. That's where the 19 got a little piece. See him there. Ah, yeah, just gets tagged in the back by the 3. That's not going to be too bad, though. Should be able to get that fixed up. Spoiler, looks like it's still relatively straight on that machine. He definitely does not have his fast repair remaining. We saw him in an incident earlier that was quite large. Take another look at that. Yeah, when a truck's spinning in front of the field like that, everybody kind of just jumbles up. And you're kind of at the liability, whoever's behind you. Whoa! That 94 truck almost got turned straight into the outside wall when that 19 came back across. But he's going to avoid it. Well, back up front now. We said this for about the first 20 laps of this event. Matthew Greathouse is back up front. Kyle Manos, though, in second. That's a little bit of a new name we haven't seen up there today yet. And then Ty Young back here in fourth. That's that 94 truck I just referenced. So a little bit of attrition happening. So some guys that have been playing it nice and easy starting to work themselves back up here. Check back with the 89. No fast repair. It looks like he's still sitting on pit road for repairs. That truck's going to be a while. 22 looks like he's coming down to get some more service. He was multiple laps down. I think is currently sitting 8 laps down now. Shane Ledoux is still sitting 1 down. Jeffrey Vickery sitting 1 down. Everybody else remains on the lead lap to this point. You'll see it there on the left side of the screen, the ticker. The ticker we'll use all year here at Speed Racing Network. It'll be branded for the series, but it's generic here for the recruitment races. You'll see multiple things. You'll see the time delta. We'll also show you from time to time manufacturers as well. Like that. We'll show you best lap time, last lap time. We have a bunch of different things we can show there. Gap is what we typically have up because that's usually the most relevant to the situation. Some other views we'll give you is some lap time history. We'll compare first to second and so on through the field if we need to. We'll show you in the different sectors of the racetrack who's faster. This comes in the most handy when we hit our road course racing. And then time delta as well. This is really a useful tool when we start having split strategies and trying to figure out how that time delta is going to work. Lots of cool things that we'll show on our broadcasts over the year. You'll get to hear from some great commentators. We'll have a bunch of messages from all of our partners. A lot to look forward to here on Speed Racing Network for Season 7. And if you're new here, please like and subscribe. That helps us out. But I'd want to be subscribed. Never want to miss a second of the action we have going on here. So Vickery gets himself back on the lead lap. That's going to leave us 20 trucks on the lead lap. 22 still running in this event. The 22nd truck being the 89 still remains on pit road. So we'll see if he retires from the event or not. Matthew Greathouse, though, back up front. Everybody at this point now should have enough fuel to get to the end of the race. So it's now in the driver's hands to hash out how these final 23 laps will play out. Pace car pulls away. Matthew Greathouse is going to lead the field back to the restart zone. Good start there by the 8 truck, what we've been seeing all evening so far. Kyle Manos now battling Jeffrey Radke there for second. Radke surprisingly doesn't have a lot of any nose damage from that contact with the 19. He's going to get clear to second. What we thought. Bobby Anderson now is joining the picture down there in that Lego truck on the bottom. Somebody who was really quick in practice. Spent most of the session in the top 3 in lap times. And he's let the race kind of play out to him and slowly made his way through the field. And here he is in 4th with 22 to go. I do remind everybody, the winner of tonight's race receives a free entry for Season 7. So that's $10 that they get put in their pocket. Of course, you have to be a registered driver to take advantage of that. Rise. Oh, tied off the corner between the 34 and the 84, but we avoid calamity. Good job by Sean Long, Kyle Manos to avoid disaster. Right there, that could have been bad. Dalton McKinney now slowly working his way back in the picture. Back up front, Jeffrey Radke has cleared Matthew Greathouse for the lead. We just missed that. Surprised again that there's no nose damage on that truck. He got into the back of the 19 truck pretty decent, but still showing a lot of pace, able to drive up to the front. Greathouse sticking to that bottom, Radke sticking to the top. Radke's got to be careful not to get too close to the wall. You see him do it right there. That's going to allow Greathouse to clear himself back to the lead. And here comes Bobby Anderson now in third. He's looking to join this party. Bobby Anderson registered for our Wednesday night Xfinity Series next year. Just coming here tonight with the trucks to get a little fun and maybe earn himself a free entry. He's going to be challenging these boys for the lead. Good battling back here. 34 still all over the place, trying to stay in front of these guys. Daniel Park, Todd Merkel now back here battling. Back up front, first three have separated themselves about equally. Ty Young now in fourth place. We've talked about him a couple times this evening. Maybe sitting in the right spot. Clean track in front of the 8 truck of Matthew Greathouse. That's what we're looking for. And Radke now pulls to the bottom. He's going to try to slide up for the lead. I don't believe he's going to be able to clear Matthew on corner exit. We'll find out. Oh, squeezes up right in front of him. Really tight. Not quite cleared. Looks like he's not going to be clear on corner entry. It's going to allow Matthew to still have a shot. You hear him not lift off the throttle. Greathouse is driving it into 1 and 2 for all that truck can hold. And they're still side by side as we get back to 3. Great racing from 2 of Speed Racing Network's best over the years. Just clean, hard racing. Bobby Anderson, Ty Young sitting back there in the wings in case these two get together. Greathouse now clears himself back to the lead. This has bunched everybody back up. The top 4 now under a blanket. Under half a second separate the top 4. And here comes Dalton McKinney. He's in the wall. Sean Long avoids him. No big calamity there, but that's going to hurt his progress. So we're back here to the top 4, and here comes Radke again. Another shot at it. I just don't think he's going to be able to slide up, and if he does, Greathouse is still going to have that momentum. He tries the crossover. But he now puts himself in a vulnerable spot getting into 1 because he's not going to be clear, and he's going to be on the bottom. And he's not going to be able to clear up. Now you see him try to side draft down the back straightaway, and he's just not going to be able to keep up with that momentum. So. Radke reassumes the lead. That was DeLong on the bottom. Then we saw off the pace. He's still nursing that truck around the racetrack. Dan Park back here making a big move to the bottom, trying to get under Sean Long. Dalton McKinney still just in front of these guys. Sean Long gets a piece of the fence. McKinney gets a piece of the fence. We're still green. That's just a product, though, of this track when you can run all the lines, including that one that's an inch off the wall. Sometimes you're just going to get that wall. And here on the surface, that wall can be quite sticky. It'll suck you in and keep you on it, and it slows your truck way down. It scrubs a bunch of speeds. You just got to be a little careful. Jeffrey Radke is out to about a 0.3 of a second lead now over Greathouse. Ty Young has cleared to 3rd. Somebody that we're not used to seeing around here joining us tonight for the recruitment race. Doing a fantastic job. Up 27 spots from where he qualified. He started P30 all the way up to P3. Impressive drive from him. Bobby Anderson in 4th. He's up 11 spots, so like we said, just making his way through there. So I'm surprised that even though Radke has the lead here, he's not shying away from running that very, very top line. And I'm just wondering, it takes one corner for him to overstep that just a little bit, get that truck into the fence, and bring Greathouse right back to him. You see Greathouse running a line off the wall. That's kind of where I expected that 3 to be running. And then that 94 in third, he's clearly got some pace left in that truck because he's close in on these top guys. Greathouse still trying that very, very bottom. Just not getting the run off the corner to make anything happen, but a lot can happen in these last 10 laps when we come back here to the stripe. Ooh, Radke really close to the wall right there. Thought he might have actually got a piece. Greathouse gets a piece on corner exit. Doesn't look like it's going to hurt his momentum too bad. So top 4, now top 5 as Dan Park is starting to join the equation. We look at the last lap times. The fastest car on the racetrack was this 7 truck of Daniel Park. So he's got 1.5 seconds to get up there and make something happen, but never say never. The issue is you can be faster, but passing trucks does not keep that pace up. So he's going to maybe have to hope for some tighter battling. Speaking of tighter battling, we got quite a battle back here on the backside of the top 10, 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's Merkel, Zoller, and Green. As well as that 22 truck we saw spend some time on the pit lane. Running that outside line. I believe he's a lap down. That's why he's not showing that in that group on the scoring pylon there. But ooh, Jason Green gets a piece of the wall. Adler's still back here making it happen. He's still got some damage on that truck. 234, he's dropped all the way back here. Back up front, nothing's changed. About the same. Now look at the lap time history between first and second. And it's just kind of back and forth. Nobody's really that much faster than the next guy. Seeing gains and losses less than a tenth, it's not really going to be enough. See it right there. Those bars are a great illustration of how close those lap times are, and even though they're only half a second apart on the racetrack, you got to start making some kind of progress there if you're going to break in on that half a second gap. Just not seeing it to this point. We have 6 laps remaining. I will pull up this though. This is the comparison of Park to Radke, and I said Park was the fastest car on the track, and he was prior to lap 50. But since then, it's been a stark difference in lap time, and that's why you've seen the top 5 now stretch way out. This is the one factor where tire management starts coming into play, and with all those cautions, we weren't thinking we were going to see any of that, but we have a nice green flag run going here. And unless Greathouse has saved a little something, I just don't think it's going to be enough. We'll come back here. Radke will have 4 laps left to make. He'll secure himself a victory here in recruitment race number 5. Really stretching the lead out now. It's grown to just over a second over Greathouse. So unless that 3 truck makes a mistake, I think he's just got to keep it between the lines and he'll be fine. Went out some good runs this evening. Ty Young, again, somebody new to Speed Racing Network, up 27 positions, doing an incredible job there in 3rd. Good to see Bobby Anderson back as well. He's up quite a few spots, up 11. in 4th. Sean Long now battling Dan Park for 5th. That would put Sean up 9 positions, so a great run for him as well this evening. Jacob Zala back here up 11 spots from where he started. Kyle Manos up 17 spots. Again, somebody we don't see all the time. A great showing from him. Back up front, that's what the 3 truck wants to see. Clear racetrack. The lead has stayed about the same. He's going to come back around here, get the white flag. We'll have 1 lap left to go. Up 12 positions from where he started. Jeffrey Radke assumes the lead late in this race. Stretches the lead out to just over a second. He's coming off turn 4. Jeffrey Radke wins recruitment race number 5 here at Kansas. Matthew Greathouse brings it home 2nd. Ty Young 3rd. Bobby Anderson 4th. Sean Long back in 5th. Looks like we'll have 18 trucks finish on the lead lap here this evening. We'll show them to you. Here's the results. Top 18, the trucks that finished on the lead lap tonight. Here they are. Jeffrey Radke comes home with the victory. Matthew Greathouse 2nd, Ty Young in 3rd, Bobby Anderson 4th, Sean Long 5th, Daniel Park 6th, Dalton McKinney 7th, Jacob Zala 8th, Dylan Godinez 9th, Kyle Manos in 10th. Todd Merkel brings it home 11th, Sean Corcoran in 12th, Abraham Gostin in 13th, Chad Waller in 14th, Jason Green 15th, Daniel Bodler in 16th, Shane Ledoux in 17th, Jeffrey Vickery brings it home in 18th. Rest of these trucks started the event but did not finish. Nick Harris in 19th, 7 laps down. Jarrett Watkins in 20th. Jacob Gibson in 11th. Austin DeLong 22nd. Tyler Dalton in 23rd. Larry Eddy 24th. Sean Woodside 25th. Corey Stahl 26th after that wild flip that we saw earlier. That'll be a highlight we put on the channel. Derek Sellers in 27th. Jeff Hale in 28th. So with that, we would like to thank you for joining us here this evening for Speed Racing Network Recruitment Race number 5. We'll pop it up for you again, but here's the schedule for our upcoming season. The races start in September. On that first week, we have our qualifying races at Daytona. Registration opens on August 9th. The way to do that is we'll publish that link on social, as well as it'll be in our website on that top bar under registration. There'll be a link there to fill out that registration form. You'll fill that out. That allows us to pull your information and get you set up for everything you need to go to start paying your entry fees and getting all the credit there. And once that happens, we give you a thumbs up and we wait for the season to start and give you time to coordinate your sponsors and teams and what have you. Team racing is a big aspect of Speed Racing Network. So you'll kind of see those teams form and put out stuff on that as well. So there's your schedule. Like I said, registration opens August 9th. If you want to see the rulebook walkthrough we did on Sunday night, that's available via the link in our Discord server. If you have any questions for Speed Racing Network, you can email us at info@speedраcingnetwork.com or get in touch with any of the admin staff. So thank you for joining. Jeffrey Radke comes home with the victory, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next recruitment race.